Hey, welcome back to Restoring Red. Another great episode in store, I hope. We are continuing our work on the Super C, breaking it down so we can assess what we need, what's wrong with it, and how to go about restoring our tractor. We took apart the seat and we took apart the dash in our last video. We got down to the transmission plate that we are hopefully going to take off eventually and see what's making all that racket we keep talking about. That will lead us to the axles, taking the wheels off, resealing the axles, and going from there. But today we're going to take apart the front end of the tractor, the face. We're going to take the grill off, the radiator, a few other parts of the engine probably, and I will gladly bring you guys along. So the hardest part about taking this front grill off, it's going to be the fact that it's been pushed in about 12 inches into the radiator. The story has it that the previous owner was loading it up on a trailer, and who knows how he shoved it directly into the rear end of his gooseneck. But that is the story, and this is what we're left with. It originally wasn't smashed in like this, which is a real shame because in the original condition, it probably only had a few dents in it, but we have to work with what we got. Okay, I'm pretty sure that it is only 3 bolts holding this on. We're going to try to pull the grill off. Let's take this off, radiator cap, get it out of the way. I'm going to try to pull up on the grill. And it being smashed in like this, hopefully it doesn't, take a lot to pull it off. Well, I guess not. There we go. Here is the grill. Very smashed in and some dirt falling out apparently. Poor thing. The radiator doesn't look as terrible as I thought it would be. You only have quite a big dent right here. However, looking down at it, even though it has not a big dent here, the whole radiator has been shifted this way. That's unfortunate. However, we plan on getting a brand new radiator for this because if you remember from our cleaning video at the beginning of that, I put water in here because I planned on starting it and driving it, but it leaked out right here quite a bit, so this is going to get full replacement, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Now we're going to loosen up this radiator hose because we're planning on taking the radiator down. Now I'm pretty positive there's only 3 bolts holding this to the tractor. One that is connected to the neck that goes into the water pump. There's a bolt that connects to this bracket right here that goes around, connecting it there. And then there's a bolt down here and a bolt down here. Only 3. Let's try to get them. we go. Nice. All right, all the bolts I believe are out. The hose clamps are loosened. Actually, I'll just take them off. Probably the hardest thing is going to be getting it off this hose right here, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe it won't be too hard. Am I missing something? I don't think I am. Maybe I am. We might have something now. It's definitely loose. What am I caught on? Oh! Silly me. Well, I was trying to take this radiator off, and it turns out I completely forgot that there's a lower radiator hose down here that needs to be undone. Okay guys, we're going to try again. I got it loosened up. Hopefully it'll slide off. Oh, we got a leak. I hear something. I hear liquid moving. There it goes. What am I caught on now? Oh, I just got to lift up. There we go. Wow. Okay, guys, it's actually another day. I got the grill off, and then I got the radiator off, and that was about it. But we're going to continue our teardown of the front middle part of the tractor. Just going to continue to take off parts that can come off easily enough. That way we can get down to the bare bones of the tractor, just like the engine. We'll probably work on the hydraulic unit today, but continue watching, and I hope you enjoy. You know, I was telling my dad when he was out here one day, we were taking it apart, and I said, "Wow, Dad, this poor tractor's really been through the ringer." But then I got to thinking about it, and that's probably how most tractors have been treated through its life. I'm sure there are thousands upon thousands, if not close to 1,000,000 or more, tractors just like this that got worked super hard and then ended up to the scrap bin. So, even though this one is in pretty rough shape, I count it lucky that number one, I have it, and number two, I'm going to give it a second life, a new lease on life, as some people like to say. That way we can preserve it for future generations to see and appreciate. And I'm just glad I'm able to do this. Here is the alternator. So I've got the engine about where I want it for now. I may take off this bracket right here, but the next thing we're going to tackle is the hydraulic unit. This right here, I'm pretty sure is the hydraulic pump, and I could be wrong, let me know, but it's got some lines that go to the hydraulic unit right here. I'm going to undo it from here. I'm going to put a bucket down below to catch any fluid, and we'll work our way down. The goal is to get this big block off of the transmission tunnel right here. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this on the channel. I may have, so I may be saying it for a second time, but I really enjoy working on this tractor. And probably because it reminds me of building model cars when I was younger. And by younger, I mean probably 6 months ago younger. I still enjoy building them now. I'll show you guys a few photos while I get this bracket off. But just working on this, taking it apart, seeing how it was built, it's really enjoyable to me. Because growing up, I would build those model cars. And as I got older, I got a lot more experienced and got better at them. And besides my Dakota, my Dodge truck really, I never really tackled a big project, something like this, where you have to take it completely apart and put it all back together. So this is almost like my big boy model car now. But I really enjoy it. We got this bracket off. I'm going to go set it with the gas tank because that's what it was connected to earlier. And next we'll get this, or try to get this hydraulic unit off. Okay, once I get it loose from this piece, it connects up to the front of the engine, and once I get this loose, I'll get the other side loose, try to drain any hydraulic fluid that's left over, and then take these two lines off. My dad is driving by. Glad I put that bucket down there. Okay, well that drains a little bit. I'm gonna get these spark plug wires out of the way so I don't have to try to snake these lines out of here and just drip it everywhere. I can just pull it straight off of the tractor just like that. I'll probably go back with new spark plug wires as well. But that's all in the future when we do our rebuilding. Okay, so now we're gonna unbolt the lines from the front of the engine and let it drain out. Got the bucket underneath it, so it'll catch whatever falls. Wow, big screws, big bolts, I should say. Nice. Whoa, there's a gear in there. Isn't that interesting? I thought it was held on by 4 bolts, but it's held on by 3, and it's got a gear in there. That is cool. Here's where the lines were connected to. That gear was running against these teeth of this gear right here. And that is our first glimpse inside of the engine. That is really, really awesome. I'm going to take this rag and stick up in there just so no dirt or debris get in there. And even though we're going to go through the engine pretty well and take a look inside to make sure everything's good, I don't want to compromise it at all. Okay guys, from as far as I can tell, there's 4 bolts holding this block down. And to get to one of them, I got to take the starter off, so that's what we're going to do now. It's going to take some 3/4 wrench, and I loosened it up pretty good already. But we're just going to back these bolts out, and we'll be able to get our starter off soon. All right, here is our starter. Wow, nice. Set that thing on the ground. It's a hunk of metal anyway because I blew it up. Now we should get access to that bolt down there. We're going to put it on the shelf right there. There's a slot beside the gas tank. Alright guys, I got all 4 bolts out that were holding it to the transmission tunnel. And I believe that this thing is pretty heavy, so I'm going to get my brother Sam to help me. And he's extremely strong. There's a funny story in our family about a great uncle that we have, and his name is J.E. And there's a story that's floated around the Jones family for a long time that when J.E. was a young man, he was the strongest out of all the brothers. And he went up to the back of a tractor and he squatted down and he lifted it up. I don't know why he did, but many people have said that story. And it just so happens that people say Sam reminds them of J.E. So hopefully he's got J.E.'s strength too. So we're going to try to pick it up. Sam, let's pick it up and then rotate it so then you can come around and pick it up again. Ready? And look, we have to pick it straight up because it's got some slots right here for some bolts, and we can't turn it if we don't pick it up. Ready? Up, turn. Good. All right. One more time. Up, turn. Good. Good deal. All right, come around here. Okay, we got it turned around. We're gonna pick it up. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there we go.
Good deal. Don't lean it, because then the fluid will fall out. And don't put it down on the dirt. All right, we got the unit on the shelf, and here's what's left. It's where it used to be. I'm glad we got that off. That's going to help us out a whole lot, a lot less weight to deal with when we split this thing apart. And here is what we are left with after today's work. We got the grill off, the radiator off, and took off some of the wiring, took off the starter, and finally we took off the hydraulic unit. Really good progress today. And you know, it's not much to these old tractors. Everything that was put on here is what was needed. There's nothing on here that IH didn't need to put on here. And it makes working on them a lot easier. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed yet another episode of Restoring Red. We got down to the hydraulic unit and we were able to take it off with no bolts that were rounded over like in our last video. We took the grill off, the poor busted grill and the poor bent radiator behind it. That was fine to take off, it wasn't too hard. We took some of the engine components off and the starter. So we've gotten pretty far in this episode. Some things to think about were how much water I found in that hydraulic fluid. Quite a bit, and even way back in the beginning when we looked at the oil in this Super C, it was very watery as well and was very light brownish color. So I can definitely probably say for certain that we have a lot of seals to replace, a lot of gaskets. But that's fine. I will be glad to replace them, which means, you know, spending some money, but it's definitely worth it to restore our tractor. I hope you continue watching. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. It's been such a fun time taking apart this tractor, and you know, I've only used standard tools. I've only used, you know, 3/4 wrenches, 9/16, 1/2 inch, everything. I haven't used any metric on here at all. So that's been kind of neat to experience. But yeah, I really enjoy making these videos for you guys because you guys watch it and get some enjoyment out of it, and I'm glad to deliver. I had a comment on a video that I need to make a name for my Super C, and I totally agree, but I want your guys' help. To me, this is your Super C just as much as it is mine because I'm taking you guys along and you're experiencing everything with me as I experience them for the first time. So tell me what good names would be for this tractor. I guess some things we could think about is it's my first tractor, or I got it from Kentucky. We could relate names that way, or we could use the letter C as the first letter in a name that we give to the tractor, so that Super C stands out some more. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Make up some names, and I might pick one of them. But I hope you continue watching, and I hope you comment, and I hope you like and subscribe as well so you don't miss any videos. But most of all, I will see you in the next video.